Hello, my name is Basanta. I'm a sound artist based in Montreal, Canada.
Hello, my name is Delindro. I'm a Portuguese, Berlin-based, multidisciplinary artist. Permafrost, first of all, it's a first collaborative project between me and Adam, and the main idea is to make a clash between different forms of dialogue and ways to work with sound. The Permafrost is not so much like an original name, it's really a term. So it's like chaotic soil which is frozen for most part of the year. That's just catching a term which means something and bringing it out. Yeah. Basically what we do is freezing chunks of soil, and then through time they disintegrate themselves and they fall into this kind of platform that is prepared, and we work around that kind of dialogue between the time that these pieces are falling and their kind of percussive hits, and the work that Adam develops with cones and feedback and frequencies. And so it's kind of an interplay between these two things. Like my work deals a lot with this, in past ones, a lot with these organic objects and things that kind of are ephemeral. So I try to always work with time in a way, so that pieces evolve and they change in form and they are not totally controllable. And so the initial idea when we came out with this project was to kind of take these two worlds into dialogues to create a piece that goes on and brings these languages together, kind of.
Permafrost has two levels of randomness that are taking place in the piece. There's the random way that the frozen earth pieces are falling and disintegrating onto the ground. And then there's an algorithm or a few algorithms that control the behavior of these speaker cones, which are vibrating the platform, vibrating the earth, using the earth as a percussive element. They actually don't make a lot of sound, the speaker cones, because we're using a lot of low frequencies, which are not audible to the human ear. And actually they start to create rhythms rather than pitches, than notes. And there's always a lack of control in terms of which speaker is going to do what, and how it interacts with the earth that is fallen around it is always different. Even every day as you would do the piece again, it would be completely different, and yet maintain some sort of similarity to what you have heard before. So the idea of like these two layers, the platform being something that is more technological, and then the top layer is more organic, and seeing how they interact was a little bit of like our way of combining the two stylistic approaches. And even though I think the speakers in a way they end up looking very alive, there's almost a little bit of like a anthropomorphic or some sort of animalistic kind of look to them as they move around and move the dirt, and they kind of seem to have their own personalities at different times.
So I think more important than seeing the piece as like a clash between organic versus digital or versus tech or whatever is more the interplay with everything, and everything becomes sort of organic in my perspective. I think it's more the thing of creating a piece that is alive and is playing with each other, and all the elements kind of interact with each other.
It was really great to spend 3 weeks here at LABoral with the assistance of ENCAC, the ENCAC grant. First, I think because we really needed to be in the same place at the same time to push the work forward. We live in different parts of the world and we see each other every once in a while, but it was really great to just have a studio where you go every day and you try things and you end up liking mistakes that you've made in the studio and thinking, this is a really interesting direction to develop the work in. I don't think that can happen in any other setting other than a kind of intensive residency like this.